I'm Amber, and this video is going to be a bit of a vlogish style documenting type video. So about a couple of months ago back, and I want to say June, um, I decided to buy some caterpillars off Amazon. And since then, I have been hooked. I have been raising caterpillars and putting them in the net and then having them hatch into butterflies, watching the whole process. And it's been kind of like, it's been a beautiful and kind of, I guess, therapeutic kind of process for me. I can't not have them anymore. I have a cup right now next to me. That's going to be the one I'm going to be documenting. This is my third one. Yeah, I just can't not have them. I love seeing them grow and seeing them become butterflies and then releasing them out into the wild. The thing is, I am not a fan of bugs. I love butterflies, but I like watching them from afar. If one lands on me, like, I don't know, ladybugs I'm okay with because I kind of grew up like catching ladybugs, but it was just like, I don't know. Bugs terrify me. But watching these bugs turn into beautiful bugs, and then they're in a little container and I'm watching them and I'm not really touching them. It's different, you know? And it's like I'm taking care of them and everything. I feed them once they're butterflies, sugar water, and then I also give them some fresh flowers with the little spout thingy. I learned this in life science and I can't remember what it's called. The thing that pops out where they can go and like get the nectar from. So, and the pollen. So do butterflies get pollen? I think they like get it on them and then they can like take it. Anyway, me showing how much I know about it. I promise I take good care of them. So yeah, this video is going to be me documenting my third batch of caterpillars turning into butterflies. And I hope that they all make it. I have had some losses. So if I do have a loss and I have to document it, I'm sorry. Some have been in cocoons and they didn't attach properly and they fell. I have no, like, I can't control that. They do it on their own. And I have to sometimes pick it up and like glue it on, and if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. And then I've lost two butterflies. One because he had a broken wing and we had to keep it. I tried taking care of it, but they only last so long, and of course it's in captivity, so it's like, it's hard. I tried taking care of it, but I didn't want to release it out into the wild because then it would die quickly because it literally had a broken wing. And it flew upside down like this. It just, the poor thing. And then I had another one who I really don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it just didn't eat. But the rest survived in that batch. So I don't know. So this is going to be me documenting my caterpillar experience, and I hope you enjoy. And for the most part, this video is going to be in voiceover.
Editing Amber from the future. This video did not go as planned when it came to editing. I was doing it over the process of 2 weeks. I lost some clips. I was unable to transport some clips into iMovie. iMovie was giving me a hard time. I couldn't export it, so I had to basically record the whole thing on Zoom and then save that. So yeah, I'm gonna be popping in from time to time and explaining what's going on. So this video is kind of with voiceover, but then kind of not. But then also me talking present time at the time. So yeah.
So I will see you again at the end of the video. Bye. One of them, I'm trying to get it, is already in a cocoon, but this one's blocking it. No, no, just lift it up. Very gentle. Oh wait, two are in cocoons. Do you see this? And then we got one, two. These are bigger than the ones I usually get. I don't want to move them too much. Sorry, wiggling. 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one on the bottom. But yeah, I'm gonna put them down because the cocoons, if they're like bothered or they sense danger because there's still a living creature in there, they start like jiggling violently. Kind of like how you see how that one's doing it? Yeah, because like I moved it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The people wanted to see you. Okay. It's already stopped. All right. You seem chill. All right, cool.
Hi. So here I had a cocoon that had fallen. As I was taking it out, I noticed that it was hanging either on the side of the cup and it was about to fall, or on the webbing that they make because they make silk. They make silk. And so I just got a little bit of crazy glue and I put some on there, and then I put the cocoon there, let it dry, and that is basically what I did. Also, I mentioned earlier, and I didn't realize this, that I don't touch them. This is my third or fourth bunch. At this point, I touched them. And at the beginning, I didn't like touching them. Is I guess what I meant to say. But yeah, I've touched the butterflies. I've touched the cocoons. I hate doing it. I hate touching them when they're wiggling. I don't want. That's not something I do know. If I can help it. But I have had the butterflies crawl on me. Because I've had emergencies and instances that I will explain later on in this video. And then what I didn't say in the beginning when I was showing the cup of the butterflies and it was all quiet, there was supposed to be a voiceover of the cup of the caterpillars, and there was supposed to be a voiceover. Basically, uh, it was from a new company, and I was excited to try it out and see how they did. Both of the butterflies, both of the caterpillar cups that I have gotten are from Amazon, but just from different companies in Amazon. The other one had run out, and I will go more into that later. But also, I forgot to mention my initial reactions. I didn't really like how the cup looked, the amount of food. It was different. The butterflies seemed, I don't know, a little bit more on the leaner side. I don't know. My butterflies usually come just a little bit more healthier looking. So, again, go more into that later.
Good morning, beautiful butterfly. How are you doing today? We got another one that looks like it's trying, but I'm not sure. I'm a little concerned about it. And then we got 1, 2, 3 more cocoons. Come on, butterflies, you got this. But I woke up this morning to this little fella. Hello.
So this is where I had my first casualty. Basically the butterfly was trying to get out of the cocoon. I didn't notice that this was happening. I never catch them when they're coming out. I wish I did. But it's not like I could have helped it. And it got, I guess, caught, stuck, didn't come out fully. This had never happened to me before. I mentioned later in a little piece that I only lost one, but I did lose two. And then I did mention that as well. But again, this video is a little bit all over the place, and I'm really sorry about that. That's what happens when you film for multiple days, and I don't know what I was saying, and the Zoom, I was gonna say, the iMovie wasn't working, and just all different types of things. But yeah, that's what happened here.
Came home tonight to find another little friend. Hello, little one. Welcome to the world. We can't really see him, but he's flying around in there. Is this the original one? New one. And I brought them a flower.
So basically, what happened here, and now I realize I don't have my light on, and that's why I look a little like this in the dark. But it's not really that dark, it's just foggy outside. Basically, what happened is I turned around, I looked back, and I noticed that there was another butterfly, and I had footage of it, and it's gone. So there was one more, and then there was three.
Butterflies. We got a good, like, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. No, 5. We got 5. We got 5 in there. There they go. They were flying around a second ago. Hi. How you doing? So yeah, we have a total of 5. So that's great. Hello, little butterflies. Are you excited to come out tomorrow? Yeah? Yeah, you're gonna be free. What do you think, Luna? You wanna help me? Yeah? I love you. You wanna come see them? Come. You know they're there. You always know. Luna is my little butterfly bodyguard. She takes care of them and likes to say hello. All right, Mia, it's time. Are you ready? So, we have a casualty. Typically, what we're supposed to do is let them hatch, have them in there for 1 or 2 days to spread their wings because their wings are fragile. Yes, I know you want to get out. And that's exactly what I did. And the buddy he couldn't make it. So now we have 1, 2, 3. There was 5. Hold on. Oh, there's the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. Buddy, you had 1 more day. I don't understand. I fed you. So I think, like, I usually put sugar water in there for them. But usually they don't end up touching it or drinking it. They usually like the flowers more from what I could see. Yeah, I'm kind of sad. We're gonna go bury him. All right, I'm gonna let you out. Okay. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, come on. This way. This way. Come on. This way. You watching, Luna? Come on. There you go. There you go. Be free. There it goes, Luna. All right, we got one more in there. Come on. Okay. All right, buddy. Wanna say bye, Luna? Wanna say bye, Mia? Bye. All right. Be free. Go into the world. You wanna just chill on this flower? We can do that too. There you go. Whoa, 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 whoa. And we're flying. There's spiderweb. Okay. It's okay. Look at the butterfly. You see it? You see a butterfly? Look how pretty. Look how pretty. All right, then I'm just gonna let you chill out there. Bye, friend. Okay, so it's all clean for the next batch, which I will hopefully order sometime in October. I'm not sure. I have to pick that up. But yeah, I ordered from a new place, and I don't know, like maybe that contributed to it because they've never died that quickly. Thankfully it was just one, so who knows? But there you go. All right, guys. So, I released the butterflies this morning, as you saw in the footage. I'm kind of disappointed at how this bunch did, even though a majority of them did survive. Um, they just, the ones that did die, died fairly quickly in the process, and for odd reasons that I wasn't used to. Not to say that they couldn't die that way, but it just didn't make sense to me because that didn't happen with my other butterflies. But that being said, this video just happened to be a bunch of butterflies that I got from a different company. I usually get them through Amazon, and unfortunately, the company that I usually get them from didn't have any available at the time. And so I tried from a different one, and I wanted to record the process. So I did, but it ended up being not my usual place that I get them from. And right off the bat, I wasn't sure about this bunch. I think I recorded that part. I'm not quite sure. I just usually the butterflies, the caterpillars that I get, they come in a bigger cup. They have more food, more room. They have a little paper thing on top to latch onto when they become a cocoon. And this one just didn't have a lot of food, didn't have a lot of space, and it had fabric on the top, which I don't think makes much of a difference, but I feel like in this case it did. I don't know what the difference would be in that. I'm not an expert at this. I just try to do the best research I can to take care of them. I have obviously done this for quite a while already. And like I said, this is my third bunch. And so third or fourth bunch, I'm not really too sure. And I'm pretty sure they're my third bunch. But like, so I think that I'm pretty skilled in doing it, and I've had a couple die, but it's been because they didn't eat for whatever reason, or they had a broken wing when they came out of the chrysalis, or their cocoon fell off. Like, it was never, I think, it didn't feel as gruesome as these did. And I'm sorry if like you're triggered by dead butterflies. It's the circle of life. I documented what happened. But yeah, one was like, I guess, coming out of its cocoon, and part of his body was like coming out, and then I guess it died that way. And it was just partially like out and like in the cocoon, and it just and not to say that one couldn't like die that way. I know that could happen, but I just never had it happen before. The one that the cocoon fell, which I know that you're supposed to glue a little bit on top of the paper and have it stick back on. I didn't know how recent it had fallen, but I had done that before and they had been fine. I did lose one that way too, but again, circle of life. And that one did fine. It came out fine. Um, and then the other one that passed, it was fine yesterday. I it had only been 2 days, and I've waited a full week to release the butterflies for special reasons, and they have done better than this. Yes, they at a certain point, I think they stopped wanting the flowers that I put for them or the sugar water. Some don't actually eat it and they do fine. Like it depends on, I guess, the group and the butterfly. And I did lose one that week in that way, and I was sad about it. It was not intentional. I had kept some for a week before and they had been fine. So it's just kind of like what happens, like you learn. I'm no expert, but like the first time I had butterflies, I think I did keep them for a full week. They did perfectly fine. Every single one survived except for one with a broken wing. That one, I will tell you the story about it in a second. But other than that, like I just thought it would be okay for another week, and yeah, they did fine. Just one passed away. It's unfortunate. I totally feel responsible for that. But at the same time, all the other ones survived, and so I just assumed that that one just didn't eat or he just kind of gave up. And that you can't predict. So again, it's just you learn as you go, and I know it's just taking care of butterflies, but at the same time, these are creatures that I view as my own children for a little period of time, and I'm taking care of them just like I do my fish and stuff. And like you feel for them, you grow to love them and you want them to be okay. And like at the same time, yes, they are bugs, but like you still feel for that. But you understand that again, they are bugs and you can control how their life cycle is, how they pass, how they are born, and all of the above. And you're a human and you only do the best you can when like you're raising bugs, I guess. I don't know, like um but so yeah, they when I started taking care of them after the first time, I usually kept them for maybe 2 or 3 days because that is recommended for their wings to dry up and adjust, and they can flop around and try flying around the little cage or little tent that I have for them, rather. And that's fine. That is recommended. And so it's only been 2 days, and I don't understand why this one passed, but there's reasons, I guess. And like I said, the one after that, I did. So this is my fourth batch. I don't know. I did keep for a week, and so I thought it was okay because I had done it before and it was fine. And so yeah, I feed them sugar water, and I get them those like fancy Hawaiian kind of flowers that are really pretty, and they have like the long stem thing. I think I mentioned that before, so they can eat. And I just go hunting for them. I get them different types, and they usually love it. Before my first batch was kind of curious about it, but like kind of like just crawled on it, and then like the second, third, and maybe fourth batch, they go crazy whenever I put a flower in it. So I don't know. And so yeah, unfortunately you had to see my butterfly cemetery. I've had a few casualties, like I said. I think I've had maybe like a total of like 5 as of now. 2 were in chrysalises. One was the one that passed away after the week, and then the other one was this time, maybe there's more than five, and then the other one was the first one with the broken wing. So I'm going to tell you the story of Pablo. Pablo was a teeny tiny little caterpillar. He was the runt of the litter. Um, I didn't even notice he was there. My sister's the one that noticed him at the bottom of the little container. All the other ones were growing, and he was just kind of there. We assume that there was an egg in there, and then because it depends, I guess, when they send the caterpillars, how long they take to come, because they do eat, their food is in there. And so the first batch, they were all fairly tiny. Second batch, they were a little bit more full grown and everything. There was some tiny ones in there. And it depends on when the egg hatch. We assume that, again, they put some eggs in there and they kind of hatch throughout the process through delivery. I don't know. So we thought there was an egg in there. He hatched. He was a little tiny caterpillar. He was the last one to turn into a chrysalis. We didn't even know he was going to get that far because there were several times when he turned white, and you just are supposed to leave him alone in the container. And so he would like grow bigger. Sometimes he would look white. Sometimes he would look like he was dying, and I wasn't sure. But either way, we held out hope, and he did make it to a cocoon. And once he came out of his cocoon, we noticed that he was flying backwards. And he would start to flap his wings and then turn over and like be like a turtle basically. And so then he would just kind of like flap, flap, flap. And then like that's how he was. And sometimes he would like fly around, but then he would go back upside down. So we looked closely at him and we noticed that he had a broken wing. Butterflies can typically fly. Again, I'm no expert, but I have done some research with a broken wing, but I guess it depends where it's broken. And his broken wing was kind of like right like at the corner. And it was very apparent that he was not going to be able to make it on his own. There were times when I thought he was, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So what we ended up doing was I had another bunch that was coming in, and my sister was going to we were going to keep him basically. I had kept him for a while already. He was doing pretty okay. um, and my sister was going to keep him in another tent. She got one. We got a flower for him to put in the tent so that way he can be constantly eating. It was a potted flower, so that way the flower would never die and he would constantly be eating. And then that was going to be it. And the day we got the flower, the morning of, he was doing fine. He was being a little bit loud in his tent the night before, just kind of flopping around. He looked to be doing fairly okay, but like he looked like he wanted to get out. And usually when they do that, it's around the time when they need to get out, and mine were already doing that here. So maybe that's the reason that one passed. But I didn't want to release them yesterday because the air quality was terrible. And I don't know if that has any effect on butterflies, but I didn't feel right releasing them into that air. So basically, I was like, okay, like, well, we're gonna switch him over tomorrow, and we can't release him. And the day that we bought the flower and we came home, I went, no, sorry, the day before, I was checking in on him, and because I checked in on him every single day, and I heard like weird like flapping, like I was on my bed and I heard the weird flapping, and then I went to go check up on him, and he was in his sugar water, because the sugar water is like a little cup, and they can just kind of perch on it and like go and like get their water. I think I'm going to look into maybe getting them like a little bird feeder type of thing, because I think that maybe will be better instead of the cup. But I never had issues before that with the cup. And then afterward, there was another butterfly that like flew in the cup, and I had to save him. And that's another story. But basically, I saw him flapping around inside the water. He was like fully submerged. And I went and grabbed my sister, because at that point I hadn't touched any of them. I do not like touching bugs, as I mentioned before. So I got my sister. who has been helping me out and who helped me out the first couple of times. And she got him. Then she kind of was blowing on him. He was resting on her hand. Um, I have a couple of pictures of that. I might insert that. Like, basically, he was like crawling around my room. He couldn't fly, so I wasn't afraid of him flying in my room. I didn't like the idea of him being in my room because later on, like I was afraid that he was gonna fly around, and later on that kind of happened. But basically, back to the story. He was drying off. She was making sure his wings were okay. As she grabbed him out because he was fully submerged, she had to grab him by the wings, and part of his damaged wing came off even more. And it was sad, but we saved his life, you know. Um, so yeah, he was drying off, flapping his wings, crawling around, and he was kind of crawling around like right there by my TV. He was going actually in the back by the curtain, and we were like, "No, don't go back there," because we didn't want to lose him. And then eventually he was okay, and we put him back in the tent. Next day, we go get the flower. That night, he was all over the place. um, and we go and we come back and we look in I look in the tent and I see him sprawled out, wings out, front side. Like, yeah, you could see like the color in his wings. At first I thought these butterflies were monarchs, actually painted ladies, because they have brown underneath their wings. And then they look like monarchs from the top. But they're a little bit different. There's different patterns and stuff. So then I went and I'm like, he's not moving. And so we were going to transfer him that day, and I was going to get him ready to go later on that day. But like I noticed this, and I reached inside, and like I kind of moved the flowers around. He wasn't budging, and I like touched his wing. It wasn't wet. Like this is when I was like actually like trying to like see like what was wrong with him, and like I was touching him and everything. But like I I got my sister and I was like, I think he's dead. And my sister took him out and he was still like, it was so weird because he was like breathing, you could tell a little bit. And he was kind of like flinching. And so I was like, is he alive? My sister's like, no, he's alive. My sister refused to like um believe that he was dead because this was her little baby. And so then she's blowing on him. She's like giving him like little pats on his chest, like little CPR. And his legs were kind of curled up in, and I had already knew. I was like, yeah, he had passed. And so then we got a little box once we were like, it's time. And we buried him. And that is the little cross that you saw outside. After that, every casualty that we had, we buried them with him. Obviously, they're not fully submerged, all of them, because there's only so much dirt there. But it's been left kind of untouched. It's kind of a little area by the tree. And the flower that my sister had got him, she planted it there, and for a long time, I thought the flower was dead. Like I do not water this flower at all. I forget. My dad waters the grass outside, so I think that's how I was getting water. I'm not sure, but I water my immediate plants like outside, and I always forget about this one because it's on the other side by the tree. Um, and so I kind of was the first couple of days, but then I forgot. We noticed about a couple of weeks ago that it had bloomed another flower. And then I noticed today that there was a dandelion flower growing next to it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like all this life is growing in this little area. And it's just, I thought it was really pretty and really beautiful. Again, I know they're butterflies. I know they're just butterflies, but it's a nice experience. It brings you closer to nature. And so yeah, that is the story of Pablo. I am gonna tell another story quickly, but I actually had another one that again went in the water, went to go save him. One flew out into my room, was flying around, I got it, put it back in the tent. I put it like on a flower. Then I was doing something else in the tent. I don't usually open it all the way. I really, really don't. But like in that moment, I had to. And so then I think it was the same one, flew out. He went underneath like the little curves of my I'm losing the word. This always happens to me. Not my desk. It was this one right here. Um and my dresser. And basically he I thought he was gone. I took out all my drawers and all my clothes. Like I was trying to look and I was like, where is this butterfly? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I already knew how many I had. Oh, I was looking because there was another one that was dead. That's why. That's the second dead one. The second or third dead one, yeah. That I noticed that he had passed. I'm losing count, but there was the one that had passed. I think this was the one. Yes, this was the one for the full week. Yes, okay. And so then I was trying to get that one. This one ended up under my cupboard, and cupboard dresser. I don't know where my brain's going. Anyway, and so then I was trying to get it out, and I knew how many I had. So then I quickly counted. I don't know what um possessed me to go and like count and make sure. I guess like I just was like, okay, well let me see. I don't know something. And then I counted, and they were all there. They were all accounted for, and I was like, did it fly back in? Because they're all there, and I knew this number for sure. So I was like, okay. Like sometimes I forget the number, but like usually I know or have an idea. So I was like, all right. So then I closed it. The next day was getting them prepared for the big day that I was gonna release them somewhere else. And I move it, like I move the little tent, and behind there is another butterfly, and he's just crawling around on the floor. And I'm like, wait, there was this much. They're all in there. I understand one passed. Where did this one come from? It was this magical butterfly that had appeared, and I was like, is that the one from yesterday that came out from underneath my dresser? I'm not quite sure. But then where did the other one come? Like I was so confused. Till this day, I do not know how that butterfly appeared there and how another butterfly magically just showed up. I really don't know. I do not know at all. So yeah, was traumatized when it was flying around my room. I had no net. I had no way to get it. I'm surprised that I ended up getting it with the flower, and then I ended up having more butterflies than I realized. Don't know how that happened. I don't know if like the first day when I opened it up to like give them a flower, it had flown out and I didn't realize, and then I never counted that one. I don't know. I don't know if it's been living in my room. I don't know. So yeah, um, that's it for this vlog. I'm going to keep doing this and buying butterflies, maybe from the other company, the other brand. I don't know. Because I just don't like how this went. Obviously, I like the idea of constantly buying them and releasing them and like helping them out. And like obviously, like if so many stay in the little container, I don't know what they do with them. And so like I like the idea that I'm helping and I get to see these beautiful butterflies grow and release them out into the world. So I like that idea, and I don't want to just like not get butterflies from the other place and leave those. Like I don't know what goes on. Like I don't know how they do this, but I'm like, I just I'm more comfortable with the other company, so I don't know. We shall see, and I want to get some more in October. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for. I just love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I see fit. I find it fun. There's periods when I don't have them, and I feel very lonely not having them because I'm so used to having them around. It's like I said before, it's very therapeutic, and it gives me something to do and like something to take care of, and I love doing it. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I have more videos to come. It's a week away from October, and I have a lot of Halloween videos planned. Um, in this video, you might get a little bit of a sneak peek. I couldn't help it. I was outside and like of what the next video or a video that I am doing. I don't know when it's going to be released. Uh, and you might have gotten a sneak peek. You did get a sneak peek of what that video might be. For those of my friends who follow me on my Instagram, you definitely got a sneak peek, and you definitely know more about what's going on. Um, so hopefully it doesn't spoil it for you, but I couldn't help it. Like I just that's where I release them always, and it's a place to take out the dogs, and so we shall see. But I think you still will be really surprised by the end product because it's not fully finished. But yeah, I've said too much already. Okay, thank you all for watching. Bye.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Okay, that's the end. I've been here for so long editing this video. Okay, bye.